This is Master of Nyarlathotep again. Welcome back to Maxine, Lottie, and William. When we last left our friends, they were hurrying along out of the great chamber, the great birthing chamber, or something of that nature, with potentially a strange growing beast behind them. So let's continue that. So this is where you were and heading out. So it sounded to me like you were just going to rush back as quickly as you could towards the entrance again, if that is correct.
That was my plan. I'm going to maybe smash the clock on the way out. Try to remember what it was. I don't think it's really set at anything. Look at the time one final time and then smash it on the way out.
Okay. See.
Who has the flashlight? Is that William?
Will has the flashlight.
Yeah, he'll make sure to have that out and trying to illuminate the hallway. I have to upgrade. I have to update Sirenscape. Looks like.
You don't really have to. I don't think.
No,
It's been working without an update for people.
Oh, okay.
I updated it, but I don't think you have to.
Yeah, mine's working.
Okay. So you do make it back down without any interference to the closed door ahead of you.
Takes out the clock and reaches in while I guess William points the flashlight, tries to pull the lever down. Is that what? I think we have to pull it down to open it.
William's going to take a knee and I guess take his pistol, kind of aim towards the opening, hoping there's not evil forces on the other side.
Okay. So, yep, you pull that down, and the stone door, there's a rumbling, and the stone door starts to rise again.
While it's rumbling and making some noise, Max will throw the clock behind her on its face so that the glass part shatters.
Okay. It does that. As it's rumbling, you hear a minor commotion coming from this chamber. A couple of voices.
What chamber?
That you are heading into.
Okay.
Kind of coming from the other side of the stone door as it rises.
How far up is the stone door at this point?
Well, it's only just starting, so when you start hearing voices, it's about only a foot off the floor.
Lottie is looking back to the way they came. Steady.
All right, Lottie. Think about what the Swahili word's for. The Great One is born. We run into somebody, you start shouting that like it's the greatest thing ever. And that he's coming.
I'll say Great One is born and just keep screaming it as to run.
Hail his coming. We'll go let everybody know.
Aye.
Okay. That's the stone door. So you hear the stone door rising, and you hear voices getting closer.
See, should I shout now?
Let's wait till we actually run into somebody. Maybe we can get by him.
William hears that and kind of looks worried towards Maxine and Lottie, and then lowers his pistol at that, still keeping it in his hand.
Yeah, Max puts her hand into her handbag, grips the pistol, doesn't pull it out, swallows hard, looking behind her, looking in front of her. Not sure which makes her more nervous, but as she looks behind her, she remembers that Ingrid's body is back there, and she's just flooded with panic. Like she needs to get away from this place, get away from that, get away from thinking about that.
Yep. You hear a sound coming from back up there, like a distant roar.
Max shudders. Can we fit under it yet?
Yes, you can.
Lottie, so if we let it go, will it start falling down?
You don't know.
I think we gotta flip the lever on this side.
It doesn't feel like William, you were working the lever, right? I think it doesn't feel like once you push it down, like there's a lot of pressure to have to keep it down, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that sounds right. He would have, I guess, handed the flashlight off to someone, whoever takes that.
I guess Max
And
will
pull the
take
lever.
it.
Lottie's
Yeah.
rifle.
So we all slip under.
Rolling
Yep.
under really quick.
Okay. Yeah, it's up.
Yeah, William, hurry.
Let's just go.
Somebody is saying something in what sounds to be Kenyan on the other side of this statue. It sounds... I wouldn't exactly say calm, but it doesn't sound accusatory or angry.
Do a language check.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, Lottie's gonna just try to say, "Great one's coming," in, well, in Swahili, and just hope that they understand.
Great one's coming. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one to say. All right, give it a try.
Okay. Probably not.
Great one born.
No, unfortunately. Big, run fast is what she says.
And what do you do after you say that?
Lottie is just gonna say, let's go, just start going.
All right, so you see, as you're going along, that over here in front of the statue are these two guys are prostrated on the ground with their foreheads on the stone.
Lottie is just gonna keep going.
Yep.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Let's just see if they ignore us.
Yeah, I think William, he's going to do the same. He keeps his pistol by his side and keeps looking back while he's moving ahead behind them.
Who wants to make a listen check?
It does.
Was it me that was the good listener?
I think so.
Yes.
Surprisingly.
Got man.
Oh,
See?
you hear sounds of people.
I can hear.
Coming from somewhere over this way.
That sounds upset.
Yep. It's not quite as dramatic as all of that, but it's there's crying. There's you hear, you can't understand it, but it sounds plaintive, not plaintive.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Does William tell us?
I don't know. Does he?
He does. He does. He say, "I hear people crying."
Should we hurry over and see if we can get them to flee?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Of course. And she looks at the piles of bones. They probably got people in here. Just people they sacrifice. Max kind of hurries forward. Come on, William, you got the light.
These two look up now. You're conversing in English, and when they see you, their eyes grow wide, and you see them reach for their machetes.
Ooh, Lottie is gonna take her rifle and start firing towards them.
All right, let's do initiative then.
If you get killed by some mooks after this,
I'm going to be
so
mad.
disappointed.
Me too.
Oops, I
Infest
rolled
them.
intimidate instead of initiative.
How many clips did we bring with us?
Lots.
Okay,
I mean, one of the things we did bring was ammo.
that's good. That's all we need. Ammo. We don't need food. We don't need water. We have ammo.
All right, Lottie, you react first.
Oh, obviously, Lottie. She's gonna step up to get a clear shot, kind of between both.
It's still
Maxine.
quite dark in here. Everything's going to be at a penalty die.
That's fine. She's gonna fire anyway.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, sheet. Not on my sheet. There we go. Oh no!
Oh, that would have been a good one.
No. No hit. Goes wide. A little too quick. You step up, take a shot. William, what do you do?
He's gonna raise the pistol and fire at the first one.
Okay. That's also one penalty die. Nope. Maxine.
Can we fire and move?
You can move a short distance. If you move anything more than a couple yards, you're going to get a penalty die.
Okay.
In addition to the one you
She'll
already
take
got.
a shot, and then she'll say, "Let's get them down here. Somewhere they have to come through with that. It's narrow." And she'll fire. I'm having like brain farts.
Oh no, it's a fumble.
No. Your gun jams.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll have to. So, can we get like that far?
Yep. All right. Now they get up and rush towards you.
Guys, gonna move too.
Yeah, can we move? Is that possible? Or...
Well, Lottie already moved to move up closer.
Oh, okay.
William, you could move.
You wouldn't. Well, I don't think William would abandon Lottie.
It didn't seem like you were going to move. So, Lottie, they are almost on you.
She's gonna fire forwards.
Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him!
It's still a penalty die because they are.
That's fine. They're really close.
This is a rifle, so you are at a penalty die, despite the.
No! Lottie
Nope.
can't shoot this close. She's shaking.
Oh, damn.
Her
William?
adrenaline's wearing off. She's in pain.
William, is this one like running for Lottie?
Oh yeah,
He's gonna. Can he pop off 3 shots?
you can. These will each be with the penalty, so that's 2 penalty dice. Or actually, no. With a pistol, you're going to be just at 1 penalty die for all 3. Because they're pretty much at point. It's pretty much at point blank, which is good with a pistol. Not great with a rifle. So go ahead.
Hey, success.
That's a hit. Come on, William.
Oh,
No.
That's a miss. One more.
yeah.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
Okay.
9.
So that is 2. What's the word I'm looking for? scrapes. It's not enough to put him down or stop him. The shots were the hits were a little too weak for that, but you do hit him. And I'm gonna make him do a con. Oh yeah, he's totally fine.
Doesn't notice.
Yeah, Maxine.
I'm gonna pop off 3 shots too, and I know I'm already at a penalty. No, I'm not at a penalty. I'm probably at 2 penalties to do that, aren't I?
Yep.
How about 2 shots at a penalty?
Oh, no. If you fire more than one, each one of them is at a penalty die.
Okay. It doesn't scale. Like 2 and 3 shots are at the same penalty.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything more than one.
And am I at a penalty at all normally? Like if I just took 1?
No, because actually, yeah, this is not point blank for you.
But they're a little closer.
Right, but they're also running. Like this is a moving target.
Got it.
To your side. These are not easy shots.
Well, then I'm gonna take 3 because it sounds like I'm at a penalty no matter what, and then I'll be at -2 for 3 penalties. It just doesn't get worse.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
Can't get worse than 2. So if you're a good shot, you can make it work.
Nope.
No. Okay.
And I'm gonna move back a little farther.
If you're gonna fire 3,
Then no. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of gotta stand your ground.
Fine.
All right. So this guy lunges at you, Lottie. You can dodge. That's about all you can do.
At least I'm decent to dodge. Okay. I succeeded. Oh
but
no!
He got hard.
I'm down.
That
I
is
have to roll
6.
a con.
You take a bad hit. You have to make a con roll.
Oh, I am going down in the easy boys. Oh no!
So she goes down.
You can spend that 8 luck.
Oh, can I?
No. Yeah, you can't push. No, you're not really
Oh.
supposed. Well, you can for the con roll. Yes, you can for the con roll.
Okay. Well, that's a lot of luck. That's fine.
That is a lot of luck.
That's definitely.
16.
But yeah, I mean that represents like your luck to survive an otherwise horrible match.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So you're down, but not dead. And then this one lunges at you, William. You've already shot this turn, so you could just dodge.
Okay, try to dodge.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
no.
You better get lucky
no,
with that dodge
please,
roll.
no.
Oh, shoot. That is bad, and that's an impale.
Wait, could he spend luck to get, like 5 luck to get it a
You can't spend luck on combat rolls. I will allow a constitution roll, but not a dodge or attack. That's too... The rules don't really allow it.
Spend the 1.
Yeah, because you take 12 damage from that shot.
God.
That's an extreme as an impale, which means he drives his or like he cuts across your throat. I'm gonna say almost beheading you.
Is that an 11? Is my hit points?
Yes. So
Okay.
12 is going to be enough to put you down.
Okay, I'll spend a luck point if I can.
Yep, you do.
And that's the green ones, or the?
Yes, that's the green ones.
Okay.
Wow, look at this! Holy crap!
Oh no, Romeo and Juliet!
Holy
Oh, no.
crap.
Lottie, you're on the ground, barely conscious and bleeding. What do you want to do? I mean, you're at a penalty for anything you try to do.
Yeah. Lottie looks to Maxine and she says, "Run! Just go!"
William.
Yeah, he fires 3 times into the guy, or hits him twice, and doesn't even notice really. After he sees Lottie get stabbed, the shock in his eyes, he doesn't even come close to dodging the other attack that cuts
Yeah,
into
that
his
makes
throat.
sense. Yep.
And he stumbles back, kind of shocked, grabbing a hold of Lottie's arm as they both fall to the ground. And he's still just staring at Lottie as they're both on the ground.
Maxine.
Maxine, her heart, it literally skips a beat. Her heart drops into her stomach. She just can't believe that they made it out, only for this. Her mind is racing, and she says, "I'll be back. I ain't abandoning you." And then she runs. She's running.
I will say this. You can see that they are preparing to finish the job.
Oh, they're getting ready to prepare to finish.
I mean, they are like in a frenzy.
Fuck.
There's a bloodthirstiness about these guys that you if you leave, you know that they're
all right. Well, she was hoping to lure him off, but that looks like that's not what they're gonna do. All right, she starts firing at this guy.
Okay. He's stopped now, so you have no penalty die. And I will be generous and say that William's flashlight has fallen in a way that illuminates everybody. Actually, make a luck check. I shouldn't just be that nice. William, make a luck check and see if that happens.
Willie, make it. Yay!
Yes. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So they are illuminated. You will not take a penalty die. One shot is not a penalty die.
Yeah.
So your gun is jammed, however, if you recall.
Oh no!
Well, there's really nothing she can do, but I mean, it's going to take a full round to reload, right? To unjam.
You can. So your options are: you can either make try an attack, which we'll use as a roll to quickly clear the jam, or you can use dexterity to try to clear it. If you succeed, then you may take a shot with a penalty die in the same round. But if you fail, then it's going to take you the full round to clear it.
Fuck. They've got this large-ass knife. All right. Max closes her eyes, and she just says, a little prayer. "Oh, sweet baby Jesus." And she reaches into her bag. Can she grab her switchblade instead and charge him?
Yeah, sure.
That's what she'll do.
Wow, she's tough from the streets. Okay, so I will let you attack because they're not expecting this, and you're like the adrenaline is pumping, and you're trying to save them. I think that's kind of your.
Yep.
You would be very quick and in automatic pilot. So this guy, the wounded guy, is not even paying any attention to you. He's just going to follow through with. He's raising his machete above his head with 2 hands, like he's going to behead Lottie, as she is slumped to the ground. So he's not defending himself or fighting back, but of course, if you miss.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this. It's a small knife, so I use the unarmed.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Oh, jeez. Wish me luck, guys.
Luck.
Well, no, so just do your knife. I mean, it uses unarmed.
I got him. but it was
Oh.
only 3 for unarmed.
No,
but
no. See, the knife has unarmed built into the macro. You shouldn't really need to do
Oh.
unarmed. You choose the weapon and it has it built in.
Okay.
So we'll use the roll, but
And then just
do a knife attack to see the damage.
Okay.
6?
Okay. 6. Okay, so so that is enough to so where do you stab him?
He's leaned over a lot. Well, I guess he's kind of crouched, getting ready to behead her. You know, he's got his machete in both hands. And as he's coming down, Max says that little prayer, runs up and stabs him in the side of the neck. It just jabs it right in there, gets him in the artery, pulls it out, blood spurting, you know, and almost immediately his legs go wobbly. And he probably reaches up instinctively to put one hand over the fountaining blood.
Yep. Yes. And as he goes down, he drops the machete and falls backwards with a spurting fountain of blood coming out. So he is definitely gone. This other one turns to you. He's not quite as crazed because he's not wounded. But he was getting ready. He was actually sort of watching William die, is what you like. He has his machete up and ready to finish him, but he seems to be savoring William's gurgling and hand over the throat kind of thing.
Yep.
And let's see if he sees you. No, he actually doesn't even pay any attention to you. He just watches as William is slipping away. Lottie and William, William, I mean, you're what are you two guys doing? I mean, you're fading.
Yeah.
His legs.
I think both of us are, because we're both in the negatives. Like, at least we both.
Yeah, I only have 11 hit points. I think I took 12, right?
Yeah, I took.
You did. Yeah.
I took 6, and I had 5 left.
Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to do much of anything effective. But
Yeah.
I do want to know what it is that you're doing right now. Like,
I think
William, you're bleeding profusely from your neck, and you see Lottie, down.
I think William, he's just like not even looking at the guy anymore. Like just holding his neck as the blood's pouring out through his fingers, and he's like looking at Lottie, kind of still, I guess, shocked that she got hit so bad, and he doesn't even recognize his own, the mortality of it all, and sadly watching her die is, I think, what he's doing right now, kind of stuck in that moment.
Lottie is reached over and is doing the same with William. Is now like reached over to his neck and is just trying to staunch the bleeding with her weakening hands. It's okay, we're okay.
And he's going to take his finger and rub it over the wedding ring.
Lottie is trying to say something, but she's starting to get drowned out by this guy who's seems to be chanting some sort of victory chant or something, and he's kind of waving his machete. It seems there's some sort of ritualistic aspect to it. And then Maxine, we're back to you.
Yeah, she just kind of walks right past this guy who's on the floor bleeding out and springs for this guy as he's in the middle of his chanting. She's trying to do the same thing, get him, in somewhere vulnerable, somewhere that's going to take him quick while he's not expecting it.
Make a stealth check. See if you can do this without drawing his attention. You've already killed his mate, and
No, I fumbled it.
you fumbled. Okay, so he doesn't even have to roll.
Can I push
sees
it?
coming. Yeah, you can push it. If you fail, it's going to be bad, though.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, I won't.
At this point, the fumble just means he doesn't even have to check to see it. Like you're just. What I think is going to happen is you involuntarily scream like a bloodthirsty. You're not even thinking about it, and it draws his attention at the last minute, so he can at least defend himself.
Okie dokie. That's totally fair.
So he will dodge.
Yes.
That is good. Not a fantastic hit, but it's
something.
Yeah, it slices him, and it certainly gets his attention. And he seems surprised at this, and he's a little off balance, but he turns and makes a slash for you.
Oh, dodge.
You can fight back or dodge. That's your choice. You know, fighting back is more dangerous.
Would it be dodge because she's already went?
You can. I think you can. Oh, I don't know how that works actually.
You can fight back or dodge. The only thing I don't let you do is if you are shooting. If you shot already in the round, and you haven't. Your last action was to shoot. You don't get to fight back by shooting.
Okay.
But if you've held your shot, I let you fight back with your gun.
Okay.
Right. So it's like waiting for the last minute and shooting and hoping that you win.
Yeah. No, Max's training takes over at this point. She would dodge instinctively. You know, it's a knife fight. That's what she's been trained in.
Yep. Okay. Here it comes.
No.
Oh. Well, lucky for you, it was not a massive hit, but it does slice across your arm. You're holding, as you retract your knife for another thrust, he slices across that shoulder, and you feel the pain and the momentary numbness go up your arm. Lottie, there's not much you can do, but William, you're right there. I'm going to let you make a Constitution check just to see if, maybe you can interfere with him, trip him or something. Like, I don't know if you think that would even be.
Oh, you can see Max standing over.
You're starting to fade a little bit, right? You're getting weak, but you hear Maxine's war cry, as it were, and she's standing right next to you. I think that would startle you for a moment, at least, out of your staring at Lottie.
I don't think the con roll.
Yeah.
No, I think you're just a little dazed right now, unless again you want to spend those luck, you can, to turn it into a.
How much luck is it?
7. You missed it by 7.
I'll do it.
Okay.
He's already so unlucky.
Yeah, you can. So, what do you want to do? So, you have at least enough presence of mind to try to do something.
He, after rubbing the finger across the wedding ring and stuff, and being kind of stuck in that moment with Lottie, the war cry snaps him out of it for a moment, just to see that Maxine is still struggling with this guy and kind of fighting for her life, getting sliced as she's slicing that guy. Does he see the pistol laying there next to him, or is that
because
too
you
much?
had to spend luck, I'm gonna say no. It's just a little too, like, you just have enough presence of mind to do some small.
Okay, I think, can he grab his leg? He would release the hand on his throat and maybe grab the guy's leg or something.
Okay. So you can try an unarmed attack. That seems reasonable. This guy is not aware that you're going to try anything. He's discounting you, so you can go ahead.
Oh man.
Oh.
That sucks. All right, Maxine. William makes a weak grab for his leg, but the guy's just moving too fast. And your grab is just too weak.
His hand just flails, trying to grab his leg, and it just misses. She
Yeah,
probably
she
catches
just-
it.
Presents as narrow a profile as she can to the guy and lunges at him. No! Oh my gosh!
Oh shoot!
Oh no.
Yep, you missed.
Oh my gosh, this is not going well.
He says something to you, and then lunges again. Are you fighting back or dodging?
She's dodging. Because fighting back, you have to do better than them,
You
right?
have to beat them.
Yeah.
But dodging. So the advantage of fighting back is that it's a way to do
Mhm.
more more attacks on somebody than you'd normally get. Which is very important if time is critical.
Which it is, but the
Yeah.
numbers are not in my favor.
Yep.
No! Oh my god!
Gosh, that's another
Rolling
3.
so bad.
Run, Maxine.
Oh my gosh, we're all gonna die.
Team, go.
This is it.
It could be. Okay. Maxine, I'm gonna let you make a luck check. Nope. Okay.
Fail.
All right. We're back to William. You can try again.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
I believe in you. You can do it. Do it.
Say, for 1 second, do the triple vision of his leg, does it line up for 1 second?
It does.
Yay!
Okay. So with a normal success, I'm going to translate that into he gets a penalty die on his next thing.
Okay, I'm gonna attack him.
All right.
Oh,
Okay. He's momentarily distracted by someone grabbing his leg. And he's gonna dodge, but with a penalty die. Oh,
Oh fuck!
oh, William, your grab just
you just saved it.
did it.
Well, at least it helped a lot.
It did. It's another slice on him. Unfortunately, still not quite enough to put him down. But you've stabbed him and hurt him again, and now he looks vicious and practically insane. And he hacks wildly at you now. I assume you're dodging.
Dodging.
All right. Oh.
So I don't have to dodge, right? That's a miss.
You can't, but you still. Yeah, you don't have to, but you can.
I mean, it doesn't matter, right?
If you got a critical or something, I would say something good happened,
Okay.
but you could also fumble, which would be bad. Oh, a hard dodge. All right, I'm gonna give you another luck check.
Just so you know, I don't know if it's going to be lucky if baby Nyarlathotep comes along.
Hey, yeah, I don't think that's lucky at all.
Well-
Oh no!
Yeah, baby Nyarlathotep starts to appear. You start to see, you're not sure how this is possible, but there is a shadow of a creature, tentacles flailing around, appearing right here. Oh, you can't see that. Right here, near the moving. You see it out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah. I don't know what to do about that.
Lottie.
I don't know if Lottie can, but she's gonna just attempt to also grab this guy's legs. Oh, she's like, let's go with William.
Yeah, that's going to be very, very hard. Make a Constitution check because William's in the way, Maxine's in the way.
Oh
and
no!
No,
I'm too tired.
You're just lying there.
She just
William,
says, Maxine, please just go.
She sees Nyarlathotep coming. There's no way she's gonna leave you guys to get eaten by a beastie.
And kill us.
Right now you just see the shadow, but you get that obvious sense of impending doom. William.
I think that's all I can do, right? Just to try to grab that guy.
Yeah, I mean, you can, or you can, actually, I'll make a spot hidden. I'll let you have a chance of seeing the shadow as well. No, you don't. So you're focused on this guy's leg. Like you grabbed it in your bloody hands. Like he easily slips his leg. You know, your hand slides down his leg. The blood is so full on your hand. But now his attention is back to Maxine. You could grab him again if you want to try.
Yay!
Okay, you've got a hold of his leg again. Maxine. Again, regular success means you kind of have a momentary grip on it, just enough to trip him up a little.
But that's a hard then for me, right? Oh no,
it's a negative for him.
Yeah,
I was going to say he's crazed. He is fighting back, so that is not good. But he has a penalty die.
Okay.
He also failed. Okay.
But it's his attack.
And it is his attack. You're not still holding his leg, so he doesn't hack at you, William. he's Maxine.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Dodging. Yeah, if you had gotten more than a success, you'd still be holding on, and he probably would have hacked at you. All right.
Max is gonna point behind him with the knife and say, "He comes."
I'm gonna let you make an intimidate check. Nah. Unless you want to spend the 6 luck, that will get him to look.
Might be the only thing that saves us. I hate doing it, but this is critical. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So
okay.
I'll take that luck off.
All right. So he looks and sees the shadow, and now he has to make a power check. He keeps his cool, but he momentarily stops in awe, and as he does, the creature lumbers into view.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
And Maxine, you certainly see it. You must make an immediate sanity check. You saw it coming.
Yeah, she failed it.
That is a die 20 of sanity loss.
No. Oh no!
So you can roll your own die 20 there. 11.
Temporary.
That's at least temporary insanity.
All right, I'm gonna.
So make sure you deduct it.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Which one? I'm worried I deducted from the wrong one.
It's
Which
the
one's
blue. Blue is
okay?
sanity.
I did do that wrong. So that's -6 here, +6 here, -11. Okay. Oops. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna.
So
Okay.
you are not you're not in indefinite insanity yet.
Okay.
But this is temporary. So something beyond your control happens now, where you either go crazy, you're terrified, something happens. You're not
All
acting
right.
rationally.
Well, rationally is not sticking around to fight either. So, I mean, do you want to tell me whether she's feeling like she has to run or
No, I totally trust you guys to think about your own character and imagine the situation. You see this thing appear in this doorway, with its tentacles flailing around, and you hear the slurping sounds that it's making. And you even think you might hear snapping jaws or something.
yeah. She can't stand the thought that this guy is going to stop her from. She's going to get caught up in those tentacles. She lunges forward in an attack and screams, "Lottie! William, crawl into the bodies! Crawl into the bodies and play dead!" And she'll attack.
Okay. You hit. He's not even defending himself right now because he's just in awe of the appearance of this. You stab him, and then what?
It's gonna. I guess she doesn't know if he's dead or not. He's not paying any attention to me.
You really don't know. You don't have time. I mean, you don't immediately know if he's dead or not.
And if he's not.
William takes his hand and reaches towards Maxine, I think.
I think Max starts to drag Lottie toward the bodies.
Yeah, Lottie is gonna try and grab onto William.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
I think they'd be holding each other, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Lottie and
Oh!
Yeah, not letting each other go.
Okay, Maxine, try a strength check with a penalty die. You've got two people you're trying to drag along, essentially.
Are they helping at all? Jeez,
Oh
you.
no, they can't help. No, they are barely alive.
No,
Yeah,
she
so-
failed.
Yeah, so you are pulling on them and nothing's happening, and this thing starts to somehow slither its way. The tentacles wrap around this side of the statue and around the wall here, and it kind of squeezes, pulls, slithers itself between the wall and the statue. And this thing, this guy ignores you, and he just starts to slowly walk towards it, and drops his machete.
All right. Can Max rip
Go.
their hands apart so she can toss Lottie over into the pile? She probably can't move William.
You can try make a strength roll.
I was going to say, William would let go if he sees her, like, trying to pull them
Lottie,
both.
no.
Yeah, but remember, you William and Lottie are increasingly, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fading.
They're fading. Their minds aren't working very well. They're not really registering, which is probably a mercy because you're not even aware of this thing coming.
Yeah, I think
your vision is narrowing and you're getting woozy.
Yeah, I think William would see it maybe as like she might be trying to get Lottie out of here, and like sees her struggling. I don't know if his mind would register, but I think he would let her go, and like
Okay.
maybe in a hope that she's dragging Lottie out of here or something.
Lottie would not let go.
Yeah, I probably can't.
You can make a strength check, Maxine. Was that it? Right
Yeah,
there?
that was it.
Oh, yeah. So you're not making much progress. You're pulling her along the ground, but and Lottie is, vaguely trying to help, but Maxine, you're kind of increasingly hysterical.
Yeah.
And it's just not happening fast enough, and this thing keeps coming closer. It's towering above you now. I mean, it has grown now to about 15 feet high.
Play dead. Play dead. She runs. She has the thought that if she feeds it other things, that it might be distracted, but does she have the presence of mind to try to go to let the people out of the cages?
I think this is... I don't know. I mean, I'd let you make a power check to see if you can have any kind of...
Other than...
really, the intent of the temporary insanity is that you're really not acting rationally. So there isn't a lot of calculatedness.
Yeah, I agree.
Your action. I think it's your animal instincts take over, whether that's fight or flight. It's you're not calculating, you're not strategizing.
Or she's cunning enough that it occurs to her, but she just can't, and she starts to run.
Lottie and William.
Lottie, I'm guessing they haven't noticed this thing coming at all.
I'm gonna actually say you're passing out, right? This is your Constitution roll means you didn't immediately die, but you are passing out. You don't have a lot of. You're gonna have to make Constitution rolls again to see if you can stay awake. Who wants to go first?
Lottie will. She's pulling herself and like.
And if one of you stays awake, it will help the other to stay awake if you're trying to keep each other awake.
You should go first, then William. Oh no.
No. All right. So go ahead.
Also
Lottie.
Fail.
Yep.
She falls
asleep. So you both hear some strange like sound as you're starting to sounds like this.
Lottie just comes over to William, pulling herself the small distance that Maxine pulled her, and lies beside him. Says, "We're going to be okay. We'll be fine."
And then everything just fades. Maxine.
The ghosts are all here. She sees all those people.
Oh, yeah.
No. that's her insanity speak. Yeah. Come on, guys.
Maxine, when she sort of begins to get her head around her, she's outside, and it's still night, and she's still hyperventilating. She's exhausted and confused, doesn't really know what's going on for a moment.
She's shaking and trembling as she starts to stumble along this path, holding the stab wound at her side with one hand, trying to staunch the blood. images keep passing through her head. Ingrid on the floor, Lottie and William holding each other, and then that creature, just when she thinks the grief is going to hit her, that image in her mind takes over everything, prodding her forward. Her mouth dry. She doesn't know. She doesn't even really have a plan. For once in her life, she doesn't have a plan. She just stumbles down these stairs. She comes to this point and remembers who's down there. But she doesn't care. She stumbles forward.
Make a luck check. You stumble to the camp. You don't even see anybody at the campsite.
Stumbles forward. She was half expecting to see those people and to meet her end here, thinking to herself, "It's what I deserve. Why should I be the one that lives? There ain't no reason for that. There ain't no reason for that." And as she passes and she sees nobody, she starts to laugh. Just starts with a giggle. And then she continues forward.
And you can see that these two guys here are still having a late night conversation, and they just sort of stop and look up as you come closer, laughing.
She says, "He's coming. He got born, and he's coming. He's coming now." She starts to stumble by them.
Yeah, and you hear the guy in the tie say, "Who is coming?"
The one, he's got no head, he's all tongue, and he's coming. He's gonna eat everybody.
And you hear you hear that you see that guy to what am I saying? He says with kind of a serious, reverent tone, "Ulimi wadamu," and he stands.
Maxine pauses for a minute, and she takes her hand off her side, and it's just drenched in blood. And she puts it on this guy's suit, right on the shoulder, and she kind of reaches up to his face. "He's coming.
He looks down at your hand, and
he's going to eat you if you stay here."
This one says something to him, and takes his arm and says something to him, and he stands up. And
don't go with him. Don't go with him.
He goes over and wakes the woman who's sleeping.
"If you want to save yourself, and if you care about that woman, you'll get the fuck out of here, because he's coming. Listen, you'll hear him."
And as you go down the path here, you can see her getting up, and he's helping her along sleepily and ushering the two of them, and they're heading off that way.
Back at them, she shakes her head. "It's just me. It's just me. I'm cursed. I can't save nobody. Nobody but me."
And Maxine stumbles off into the night past other campfires. Most people are asleep. But you, as you start to leave some of the campfires behind, you hear a refrain starting to be taken up as people stir and wake. "Ulimi wadamu, ulimi wadamu."
Max stumbles in the general direction of her tent. She has an odd thought. She looks around. Does she see that toddler anywhere?
Yes, in fact. You see the toddler has been awakened, and the mother is holding the kid, and the kid looks right at you.
Does the mother look like dazed? Is she chanting?
I wouldn't say she's isn't chanting. She's doesn't seem like she quite knows what's going on, but the baby looks at you, and you think it's smiling at you.
She's gonna try to take the baby.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
No.
The mother turns and pushes you away instinctively, and the baby points at you and says, "Ulimi watamu."
She looks at the baby, and her mouth just her lips start to tremble. She just can't. She tries to feebly pull on him again, but when he says that, it's a chill just goes all the way through her.
As you approach to try to grab the baby again, a little tongue comes out of the baby's mouth like a tentacle and starts twitching around in front of you.
She stumbles back. Just from then on, she's got mental blinders. She's just headed back toward where their tents are, and she's thinking.
Where your tents are, actually, you hear chanting coming from over there as well.
It's probably coming from everywhere.
There are people at your campsite. You hear chanting and see lights dancing around in your campsite.
Starts to kind of spin around in a circle, looking at all the campfires, listening to all the chanting. Does she see anybody that's not chanting that looks?
No, they're all, and you can see they're all starting to slowly move up the mountain.
As they all slowly start to move up, she starts to move back, kind of against the tide, and she's got her hand on her side again. She thinks, why? This makes no sense. I'm just gonna die out here anyway. She looks back up the mountain. Maybe I should go with them. And then her expression hardens. Fuck no. If I can live to stab just one more of these motherfuckers, I'm gonna do it. And with that, she turns again and she stumbles back toward the direction of their tent, thinking she can just grab something to staunch the bleeding. And then she'll...
When you get to your campsite, there's nobody there.
She starts to dig through their things, do her best to bind her wounds, sorts through what's there as quickly as she can for food, probably water.
Yep, you see Ingrid's tent there, Ingrid in your tent, her few belongings.
She stumbles, forgets what she's doing, and stumbles over to Ingrid's tent, rummages around, looking for something that Ingrid wore, presses it up against her face, smelling it. And then she stuffs it into her bag. I'm so sorry. I failed everybody. I guess she just tries to grab what in the frenzy of the moment seems like essentials. And stumbles
Okay.
back into the darkness just far enough to watch everybody walk up the mountain.
You feel a gathering sense of destruction and death, like a cold wind, maybe a breeze. It's you don't feel it blowing on you. It's more like just a growing cold, maybe, I guess I should say, that feels like death coming towards you.
She turns to the mountain. She feels a slight surge of her old defiance, like she wants to scream one last threat against them. But that wind pushes against her, and she feels all that strength just drain away. And all she can think of is to get away from it, to move in the direction that's taking her as far away from that death, from that despair, from that force that feels like it cannot be opposed.
Yeah, I think we just see a tiny form of Maxine just huddled and limping down the mountainside toward the forest in the small sliver of moonlight that is left. And now we will go back.
What?
We got you good eating.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh no!
I want each of you to make a luck check. This cannot be modified in any way.
Oh no!
Nope.
Oh no!
Yeah. William and Lottie never come out of the mountain. We never know what happened to them.
Hopefully they died before anything else happened to them.
You don't know.
It's alright, I'm sure they'll be back to haunt me.
Boom. It is Maxine alone.
Yeah, she passes through the forest because it didn't seem to be very big forest and is out on the plains.
Yep.
She's stumbling rather blindly, trying. Her mind's probably kind of blank, just not thinking of anything.
Yeah, I think time is going to pass for her, and she doesn't even really, looking back, she can't even remember any of that time between the time she left the mountain and the time she sees the first farmstead on the outskirts of Nairobi. She's hungry, dehydrated, exhausted, and not entirely herself. And she is taken in by a farming family, a Kenyan family, and at least fed and given water, and she sleeps on some straw.
Probably a
And,
little delirious with infected wounds.
yeah, they clean your wounds and tend to them. They had a tribal somebody, witch doctor or something, comes and looks at you and grinds up some paste and slathers it on your wounds and mutters things over you and then leaves you.
As he gets ready to leave, she's been just like extremely passive, almost catatonic this whole time. She reaches out and kind of grabs his ankle and says, Bundari.
Bundari.
Bundari. Kikuya. Bundari.
He nods and then leaves.
She lets her hand drop to the ground and sleeps. She just sleeps. I think she seeks the oblivion of unconsciousness.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me. So yes. You sleep and think for 3 days. And make actually a power check, I would say. Or yeah, that's fine. You notice that it seems to be, it's not exactly night, but it always seems to be dark now. Whenever you wake up, it's dark. Not always nighttime dark, but always like there's a storm. You hear wind. It's not raining, but it's like there's a storm coming, is what it feels like. And that's over the course of a couple of days. And at one point, a familiar face comes in and just looks at you.
She stares back at him, not sure that it doesn't register who he is for a minute. And then she kind of weakly sits up, puts her arms around her knees. I guess they knew who he was. Why is it dark?
Why is it dark? Because you have failed. The darkness comes now.
We killed the witch, but we couldn't stop it from being born.
He looks down.
She starts to think about the creature, and suddenly there's enough distance for her to not feel, for the despair to be more than the fear. And she starts to remember her friends and Ingrid and that she's alone. And as she looks at him in that stern, judging countenance, she can't find it in herself to be defiant. She just starts to break. Her shoulders start to shake, and she leans over her knees and just hugs her knees, sobbing into them.
he just watches you sob. Doesn't say anything. After a little bit, though, he says, he sighs and he says, "When you are ready, I will take you back." And he turns and walks out of the clay house.
She takes a minute to register what he said. She gives herself some more time. It's probably 10, 15 minutes of just grieving until she feels kind of emptied out. And then she takes a deep, shuddering breath, looks around for her satchel, sees it with its meager belongings, picks it up, stands up on shaky, cold legs, and stumbles after him.
Yeah, when you're outside, you hear the wind that's picked up out there, and you are stunned at how dark the sky is. You can't even see sun. You can't even see the sun, but you know that it is. You know that it's daytime. And he stands there. He takes you over to a donkey and helps you get on the donkey.
She steps up on the donkey, and she's filled with all this weird Christian imagery keeps flashing through her head. Mary on the donkey, the 3 days of darkness after Christ was killed, and nothing makes sense to her, but she can't help all this. Everything feels meaningful. Even the smallest things feel meaningful. But she steps up on there and looks around. She can't make sense of the darkness, so she just kind of lets it all.
And he throws your bags and things onto the donkey as well. The poor beast is weighed down, but he gets things strapped in, even to the point of he's got rope going over your legs and around, and you're kind of strapped onto the donkey too. And then he just starts leading you off from the farm, and you see the mother and two children holding each of her hands, and they just watch you as you go, and you see the look of despair on their faces.
She lowers her head in shame. There's no reason they should think that this is all Max's fault, and she knows that, but she knows that it's her fault that she failed.
Well, a day passes, though, as I said, you can hardly tell that it's day, although when the night begins to come, that is clearly night. There is no... the sky is now so dark you can barely see it all. But you see lights of Nairobi, and he is bringing you into the town. Into Swahili town. And when he gets you there, he just helps you off the donkey and puts your stuff down on the ground. And he says, "You should leave Kenya. There is nothing for you here now."
Yeah, well, I'll do my best, but it's a long walk back to America.
He doesn't really react much to that. He just takes the donkey's lead and turns and starts to walk away.
That she looks around and thinks about what she's gonna do. I think the only thing she really knows in Swahili Town is the mission.
Yeah. So you've got all this stuff to carry, but you carried it before.
Yep.
So you carry it. The city is in chaos, but somehow you just walk through it. I mean, even at night, there are lots of fires in Swahili Town, like barrel fires and things. People running. You actually see some bodies in the street that look like they've either been shot or cut up. You're not totally sure. At one point, as you're leaving Swahili Town, a patrol of British soldiers, of 5 soldiers led by a sergeant, approach you, and you vaguely remember him telling you you should get off the streets, that they're not safe.
She looks at him blankly. Seeing him in uniform reminds her that there might be someone in Nairobi still, if he hasn't skedaddled. Someone who might be willing to help. And she heads to where she last saw Nails.
Okay. The bar. Give me a luck check, see if he's there.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time finding buttons today. Nope.
He's not there. The mood in the bar is extremely somber. And they all kind of look at you curiously as this lone woman comes in looking. I mean, you are dirty and your clothes are torn, and you look like you've been through the ringer, and you're carrying all this stuff. And the bartender just says, "You look like you could use a drink."
She looks around, and unfortunately, I mean, she doesn't have probably any money.
I would say you probably have like 3 pounds.
She'll shrug and she'll reach into her pocket and say, "Why the hell not?" You see Nails around here?
A guy at the bar who's clearly you've perked his interest. He says, "Nails ain't been in for a couple of days, but I'm a good friend of his." And he says, "Here, let me get that drink for you."
Yeah, I don't think this is where I want to pick up a husband.
Why not?
Hey, he's not bad. He still has most of his teeth.
You think, well, he's in a bar like at the end of the world, so probably not good husband material.
Hey, Donald. Let me get that for you.
She thanks him. You think Nails is still in town, or you think he's hightailed it out?
where would nails go? Nah. He's around here somewhere.
Well, you got any ideas?
I got plenty of ideas.
She, kind of reaches down tenderly to her side. Yeah, well, maybe, once upon a time I would have had them same ideas, but, these days I'm just trying to find my way out of, Nairobi.
He said, well, if you're going to get a ticket, you better get one quick. They're talking about shutting down the railroad. It's getting dangerous. This weather's picking up.
Is it-
Say there's going to be really nasty storms. Kind of never seen here.
Is that why it's so dark all the time?
Hell if I know.
She finishes the drink.
He says there's that crazy missionary saying it's the end of the world. That we're all going to die for our sins and all of that. You believe in that?
We're all gonna die for our sins. She kind of laughs. Funny thing is, it's the good ones that's gonna die. It's the people like me that's gonna live. Ain't that just the joke of it? And she's like laughing, but she's got tears streaming down her face at the same time.
He smiles, but you as when you sort of halfway through laughing, you notice he's sort of moved a bit further down the bar.
Yeah, safer over there, trust me. She finishes the drink and kind of just wipes her mouth with the back of her hand. If you see Nails, tell him that Maxine was looking for him. And she kind of shuffles off the stool.
You hear him vaguely hear him say, yeah, sure.
Starts heading north. I think Kenyatta's place was north, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She's gonna head over to where she last saw Kenyatta.
Or actually, no, the East African Standard is actually right near the train station.
Oh, okay. She'll head that way.
Okay. All these good people still on these locations. See ghosts everywhere. Kenyatta is there. They're working late into the night, putting out in addition to the paper.
She kind of stumbles in and just waits for him to notice.
Yeah, he eventually does, and he looks very surprised, and he says, please, come and sit. You are not looking well.
She nods and goes to sit down.
Yeah, he helps you down. He says, let me get you some tea. And he hurries off to the back room and comes back with a cup of tea for you.
Takes it and sips at it. Yeah, this was always more William's thing.
It will calm your nerves. You look very upset. Is everything all right?
She just shakes her head. The dead. All of them.
Your companions.
She nods. We went up there to the mountain. It was all... We thought it was going so well. There were so many people there, just waiting. When we went inside, we found that bitch. One who brought him here. And we killed her. Can you believe that? We thought we'd won. We thought that we was gonna save everybody. And she shakes her head. But we never had a chance. Not a real chance. We got there too late, I guess. And she looks kind of out the window up at the dark sky. I reckon this is because of him. Him being born.
Who is this? Who is born?
Drugs. The one with no head. Just all tongue. All mouth.
He nods. I am very sorry for your losses.
Are you staying
Am I staying?
in Nairobi? So many people are leaving.
This is my country. I have a duty.
Huh.
But this is not your country.
No, it's not. Maybe this will work out for you. All the white folks, they're running for the hills.
It is what we have wanted. Perhaps not the way that we wanted it. He looks outside. Whatever is to come, you should not be here.
She just shrugs. Well, I ain't got nowhere to go.
Have a home. This is not your home.
My home might as well be on the moon.
I am afraid there is no train to the moon.
I ain't got money for dinner, much less the train, so... And if that train, where's that gonna take me? Somewhere else. My home's still gonna be on the moon. I mean, she just kind of waves her hand. I'm not looking for any boo-hoo, and trust me. I deserve it.
He says, you tried to do something good. That is more than many. More than most. You cannot blame yourself for trying.
Don't blame myself for trying. I blame myself for failing.
I warned you that it would not be easy what you were proposing, that you may be maybe taking more than you could handle. And yet you went. That is bravery, is it not?
I don't know. I mean, no one else is handling it. And she,
Do not lose faith just yet. He puts his hand on your shoulder. We do not know what is in the future. It looks very dark now, quite literally. But one never knows what the future holds.
well, at the end, I think it holds the same thing for everyone. But,
Yes, but how we get there, that is what matters, is it not?
she thinks... Yeah, I reckon that's true. Seems I don't know why I ain't dead. And I sure would trade places with my friends if I could. but I'm here and they're not. I reckon what I'm gonna do with it is make those folks regret it as much as I can.
Vengeance. Well, perhaps that is your calling, or perhaps you are meant to simply live now. I don't know. Only you know your future, where you must go, what is in your heart.
Well,
But you are not dead, so you are not at the end of your road just yet.
she nods. I reckon you're right. She kind of sniffles. Well, all my shit's in Shanghai, so I reckon that's where I'll go.
He nods. He says, "There is a bed, a cot in the back room. When I sleep here overnight, you may sleep there. You look exhausted. In the morning, things perhaps will look different for you. And if you are intent to go to Shanghai, I can help you get there."
She doesn't want to take his charity, but she opens her mouth to say something to like turn it down, but realizes she doesn't really have any options. And she just says, "Thank you."
He nods. Come, come. Sleep will do you good. And he takes you to the back room and fixes up the cot for you.
I think she just tries to sleep it off again.
Yeah, I don't know if she sleeps. I mean, that's up to you.
I think she more lays there. It's like her brain is tired. Usually she's got 100 plans, 100 scenarios running through her head, looking at them, discarding them, seeing if they've got any merit. But this time it's more just laying there and listening to the wind, looking out the window. You know, occasionally she'll wonder what's going to happen, how she's going to live to make it out of this, but she doesn't have any answers. Like, no scenarios pop into her head for her to examine and accept or discard.
Yeah, you hear the sounds of them printing, of the regular thump 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 of the printing press as they work it out in the other room. Might lull you to sleep eventually, or not.
I think eventually the physical exhaustion probably kicks in. She's still not probably healed, you know, still pretty, got a lot of that to go, and that takes it out of you.
Yeah, so in the morning, he's there. He has made a little breakfast for you. And he says that the government has announced that the weather has worsened. There are storms now. In fact, you start to hear lightning even. And he says that the last train from Nairobi leaves today. And that he has a ticket for you.
She looks down at the ticket, and she realizes both at once that he's being very generous, and she still has no real plan. But she takes the ticket and says thank you. One step at a time, I guess.
One step at a time. It is all we can do, yes?
She nods. She says, well, I reckon I'll head to the train. If I ever make it back to America, I'll send you a letter. And if you ever make it to America or you got people, I'll look out for them.
He smiles a little indulgently and he says, if I am ever in America, I will look you up, I assure you.
She smiles. And
he's gonna walk you. He's gonna carry your bags over to the train station. It's not far. People are cramming onto the train. It is overloaded. He got you a first class ticket, but they are doubling up, tripling up in these compartments.
yeah, she doesn't really care. I mean, it's she's been sleeping on the ground for a long time, so.
And there's you feel a massive shaking of the earth. And people start screaming, and he hurries you onto the train. He says, you must go now.
She jumps onto the train and grabs her bags from him and says, weather this storm, all right?
He gives you a big white teeth smile, and he says, we are Kenyans. We always survive.
And with that, she just waves goodbye and moves into the train, trying to find a place for her things and to sit.
All right. The train takes off and everyone leaves. Train heads out. And your journey to Mombasa is a little crazy, but nothing happens except heavy winds. You feel rumbling again. At times, the train cars shake, and you're trying to eat something in the dining car, and it's rattling so much that China is, vibrating off the tables and breaking at times, and it's a bumpy ride. But eventually, you make it to Mombasa. And my sense is that we maybe should stop here and discuss next steps.
I think so. I think the first place she'd go was where she had made contact with that captain, but who knows what's going to happen.